Hello and welcome to ESAT. I am Ngudu Walde with the news. Continuing his global tour to lift his country's image, Ethiopia's Prime Minister will visit Europe to attend the G20 Compact with Africa conference, meet European leaders and the big Ethiopian community in Europe. Dr. Ahmed will first travel to Paris on Monday to meet with French President Emmanuel Macron. In July, Macron extended an invitation to Ahmed to visit his country. He will then head to Germany, where he will attend the G20 Compact with Africa conference in Berlin. The G20 Compact with Africa was initiated under the German G20 presidency to promote private investment in Africa, including infrastructure. It brings together reform-minded African countries, that is according to the CWA website. While in Germany, Abiy Ahmed will hold talks with Chancellor Angela Merkel on trade, economic and social issues and issues of bilateral interests, that's according to the Ethiopian consulate in Frankfurt. On Wednesday, the Prime Minister is expected to address about 20,000 Ethiopians at an event in Frankfurt who will come from all over Europe. Abiy Ahmed's first visit to the United States at the end of July drew the gathering of tens of thousands of Ethiopians in D.C., Los Angeles and Minneapolis who came out to support his political reforms back home. The newly elected Speaker of the House of People's Representatives says the legislature will augment its oversight on the executive in the implementation of projects and laws. Taggese Chafo said in an interview with the Ethiopian television that the executive have signed a contract with the legislature on the timely implementation of projects and laws, as well as on the completion of projects within the limits of the allocated budget. Mr. Chafo, who was elected Speaker of the House last week, also said the executive branch will be held accountable for any failure in project implementations. Chafo said the legislature itself will be reformed in a bid to increase the participation of MPs and to review the implementation of the over 1,000 laws passed by the House in the last few years. 100% of the seats in Ethiopia's rubber stamp parliament is held by the ruling EPRDF, a coalition of 4 ethnic parties. A reformist Prime Minister, Abiy Ahmed, who took power in April, has promised to hold a free and fair election that is slated for 2020. It is hoped that the opposition and independent voices will be represented in the legislature to be formed after that election. And finally, protesters have marched through the streets of Nigeria's capital, Abuja, to the Saudi embassy carrying placards condemning the killing of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Investigators say Khashoggi was murdered in the Saudi consulate in the Turkish city of Istanbul 3 weeks ago. The BBC report said the small group of demonstrators wearing black t-shirts were mainly journalists and human rights activists, including staff from Amnesty International in Nigeria. They called on the UN to launch an independent investigation into the murder and ensure the perpetrators are brought to justice. The Human Rights Watch rejected Saudi Arabia's most recent explanation that Khashoggi was killed when a brawl broke out at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. That ends the news. Have a nice weekend.